What's in common between you hating to be in the cold environment, hating to wake up early in the morning, have cold feet and cold hands, and have a lower level of energy? The answer might be in the low thyroid hormone production. And this video will be about what I discovered through my journey of that diagnosis. Let's go. Hi, my name is Galina Lipina, and I help people create harmony with themselves and others, and also reach their goal with ease and fun. And I have worked on my health for many years. I definitely stand for preventative health. I do not like to use medical system for crises unless it's really a crisis like a broken leg. And I have spent a lot of time and a lot of money on my health, on keeping myself healthy and getting myself to a really good healthy state. And recently, I went to the medical specialist here, and I actually went there with reasons of like stomach discomfort. There's something that didn't quite sit well with me, and I couldn't understand why, because I eat healthy, I have all the nutrients, I have all the supplements, I do all the cleanses, and I don't like those little things when things are not well. But the test that the doctor sent me for also covered the hormone panel, and the hormone panel showed my heightened numbers for the thyroid hormone and low red blood cells. And what he shared in the consultation that we had is that he already knew I had something with my thyroid before he sent me for blood tests, because he asked me questions about myself. And the answers that gave him clues were that I'm a night owl. I don't like early mornings. I can't think straight in my early mornings. I hate cold. One of the reasons I moved to Mexico, and that my energy right now is lower than I'm used to, because I used to have a lot of energy, and right now I feel like I constantly need to produce it within myself. And even like thinning hair, and there are a few other things that he said. I'm like, wow, I had no idea that they're all connected to it. Why am I saying all this? Many people probably have whatever health diagnosis they have. But sometimes low energy could be due to physical conditions. But those physical conditions can also be due to energy. What's going on? When I started researching, because the doctors in the medical route, FYI, this video is not a medical advice. Please do your own decisions, talk to your own specialists, and make your own decisions about your health. I do not make any recommendations. I just share how that journey is for me. And for me, I don't like to fix the outcome. And for me, a physical condition is always an outcome of something. Something was the cause of that physical condition. So I started looking at the causes of the thyroid. And a few ones that I found, stress. Hello, not a surprise. And even though I work with my stress, I feel like I'm really good at stress management, but I'm really good at it because I had a lot of stress in my life. And it could be that it got caught up to me, with all the 3 years of a lot of stress due to a lot of changes in my life and financial struggles that happened unexpectedly that I had to deal with. Another video on that one. And it was interestingly enough to see that stress lowers the production of thyroid hormone. I'm like, okay, that could be one cause, but what else? Apparently chlorine and fluoride and all these other chemicals might also be the cause, because they compete for the same receptors as iodine. And when our thyroid does not get enough iodine, or our cells don't get enough iodine, I don't quite remember. Don't quote me on that. But there's some connection there. And I'm very happy that I just got my shower filters that filter out the chlorine and everything else. And I only drink filtered water, so I don't consume it orally. So, okay, it's like a check. Okay, I'm taking my iodine, check. Like, what else? What else? Selenium. Apparently, for the iodine to be absorbed, the body needs selenium. And so whether you want to order Brazil nuts, I got a mineral complex that I'm going to be taking, so I'm very excited to get that shipment. But for me, the most fun part of it is when I got the diagnosis. First, I was annoyed. I was like, how is it that I missed it? Like, I'm so good with my health, what the heck? Second, I was mad at the doctor when he said, oh yeah, the only way out is taking hormones forever. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I know I can create my health. I've done it before, I'll do it again. And I have seen way too many healings in many environments, including when I went to Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreats. I did that for almost a year straight, mostly volunteering. And it was interesting because I was going through my inner journey of transformation, mostly creating some goals and shifts and desires around finances. But a lot of people came to Dr. Joe's training with health conditions and health as their primary objective. And I always looked at those people and I'm like, oh, I wish I had a health challenge. Health challenges are so much more easy for me because I know how to do it. I know how to deal with it. Well, be careful what you ask for. But I was very excited. I was very excited when I got it because A, I got to the reason, I got to the cause of some things, like something finally explained some part of what was going on. But second, I was very excited for the new challenge. It's like, okay, can I create my health? This is yet another test. And like there was just this like insurmountable amount of joy. I was surprised at it myself. I thought I would be like sad, upset, you know. I got a little bit of fear, to be honest, when the doctors say it might be Hashimoto's, autoimmune, that's a little bit more serious. Luckily, I did the tests for that and they all came back negative. So it's just low thyroid production. And yeah, so that perspective, when I shared that with a few friends, they're like, wow, like you seem very excited about it. I'm like, yeah, I am. I really am. And it seemed like it wasn't typical. And I just wanted to share that in case some of you are going through something similar, there are different ways we can look at things. Like for me, this way is the natural way. But for some people, for some topics, we all struggle with different things. Like some people go into fear around their health, and then the fear creates more stress creates more disease, and it's not actually helping. So hopefully this will inspire you to take your health as an adventure and be your own Sherlock Holmes and an investigator, and take your power back and make your own decisions. Use all the consultants, all the help that you need, but know that you can create whatever outcomes you want. So if you like this video, if there's something there that was useful, please comment what exactly was it, because I really would like to share things that people want to hear about. Otherwise, why am I doing this? And if you feel like this video is useful for some of your friends, please share, and you can subscribe to my channels. Most of my videos are not about health. They're about inner harmony, outer harmony, and goal creation. But health is a really, really big health of inner harmony. So it is related somewhat. And the perspective, how we look at it and how we feel about it, that's part of our mental health as well. When I started looking into the thyroid, I was looking into psychosomatics behind the thyroid, and all the things pointed towards self-expression and satisfaction in life. And there's so many synchronicities, it's freaking crazy. In my journey of discovering my purpose 5 years ago, I realized one of my biggest blocks to figuring out what I want was a subconscious belief that if I really truly be Galina, my full self, and express myself fully and be big and be bold, I'll be killed. I have no idea where it came from. Makes no sense in this lifetime because I have not really been hurt anyhow. But maybe it came from the DNA memory from me growing up in the Soviet Union. Maybe it was past lives. I don't know. But something about the fear of being killed for self-expression, that thought stuck with me back 5 years ago when I dug that out from within myself. Then when I had a session today with my energy therapist and we were working on some other stuff, and she was saying how like expressing myself, the fear of expressing myself could also be contributing to my throat condition, which makes sense because the throat chakra is all about self-expression. Then when I had a chat with my consultant, my health consultant that I usually message and call for any kind of help, anything, he said that usually stress hits the energy centers that are most vulnerable and most susceptible, and one of them is the throat, because be hung or beheaded is like the biggest fear there is. It's like you're gonna be killed. So he used the exact same freaking words that I got 5 years ago, that I got in my energy therapy, and everything I found online for thyroid psychosomatic were about self-expression. So I definitely now have more to work on the emotional side and on the physical side of the body memory. And I'm gonna keep you posted on how that goes, because I think it's all connected. Oh, and another one that happened also last week. I went to a massage, and it was a new massage therapist that was recommended to me by a friend of mine. And this massage was like one of the two best massages I've had in my life. It was very painful, but he was getting into all sorts of like tensions and knots in my neck and my shoulders, and that's where I usually hold my emotions. And oh my god, it was so good because it was releasing so much. It was painful physically, but the physical pain triggered the emotional pain, and I had a lot of release. I was crying, I was sobbing, and he held the amazing space. And he said, "You want to cry? Cry. You want to scream? Scream. Like, you gotta get it out." And the massage therapist told me it was the first time he met me, and he's like, "You're holding some emotions in you right here that you should not be holding inside yourself. You should let it go. You should let it out." So all of it is like, okay, where are my blind spots? Where do I feel emotions and not express them? Where do I hold and turn them internal? Like, where do I internalize them instead of like letting it out, but also even allowing myself to feel them? I have a few answers, so I'm gonna do some more inner work on those. But it was interesting how like everything this week has been around my throat. My massage therapist, my energy therapist, my health consultant, my local doctor here, all the tests, and the thyroid psychosomatic. Like, it cannot be coincidences. Like, you cannot make this shit up. So with that, I am actually very excited, and I feel very empowered, and I feel actually a lot of joy. I like a new puzzle, even if that puzzle is my health. So like, repost, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.